sweeping, deeply consequential decision from the nation's highest court, ruling to overturn Roe v. Wade.
And personal freedom begin, and where do they end? Questions that have framed an enduring divide in modern America. One many thought was settled nearly 50 years ago when the Supreme Court affirmed a constitutional right to an abortion. Today, the court answered that question again, this time on a 5-4 vote, taking away what was regarded as a fundamental right. Right now, new laws banning abortion are taking effect in several states, just hours after the court overturned the landmark Roe v. Wade decision, leaving it to states to decide whether abortion is legal.
It's very frustrating because I know that a lot of the arguments about abortion nowadays are completely manufactured or polarized to a degree that they haven't been in the past. When abortion first became an issue politically in the 1970s, it wasn't nearly as polarized as it was today. It was just as likely for a Democrat to be for or against abortion as it was for like a Republican person. I'm Maria Traver. I'm a senior at U of SC, and I'm an international studies major and an art studio minor. People will have unsafe abortions whether or not abortion is legal. But I do think that because abortion is becoming such a polarized issue, and in the past it wasn't necessarily, like when abortion first became legal, I think that does discourage a lot of people from getting abortions, even if it was made more safe, because families will bring up their kids in a way that makes them feel like it's not possible no matter what for them, or they won't help them financially because they have such strong beliefs about it because of the political climate.
Yeah, the current political climate and abortion. It's really scary. Like over the summer, going to the protests at the State House, like that was really intense. I'd never really understood, I guess, how much it meant to me until I got there and I saw all of these women, women crying and women, just kind of torn apart about it. And I don't know, it's really frustrating that, it's always one step forward and 2 steps back a lot of the time. I don't know, I think solving a lot of I'd imagine a lot of the unsafe abortions happening in the developed countries would be pertaining to socioeconomic status and stuff. I think that would have a huge thing on it. So I think if we are able to kind of close the gap between those who can access and those who find it harder to access, I think that can probably help.
The 6-3 decision by the court's conservative majority upheld Mississippi's ban on abortions after 15 weeks. 5 of those justices, Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, went even farther, voting to overturn Roe v. Wade itself.
Actually, even more so for Republicans. More of them were for abortion, which is really interesting. But then when the Republican Party wanted to become a more coherent party, it became more of a hot pocket issue, and now it's become polarized to a level where you have to be on one side or the other, and a lot of people's lives are at stake, their livelihood and what they can do with their lives, and a lot of women's bodies are not respected politically. And it's just really frustrating to know that what I can do with my own body is up to a person whose opinions are most likely manufactured or not genuine at all.
It feels like my country doesn't love me and appreciate my body as a woman.
It's going to cause a lot of issues, especially for people who are in a situation that might make it harder to access any sort of abortion.
Yeah, I remember when I was in London when I found out that, about the abortion ban, and I felt like so embarrassed and disgusted, especially because like I know in London that would never be an issue. It was just really embarrassing, and I didn't want to go back at all because I was scared. And I think a lot of people are scared because, what's next after abortion?
And it's like, it's just really depressing. It's been really depressing, but also, like, I think like the future for abortion and, like women's rights in general, human rights. I think it has more to do with like human rights than women's rights, but I think it's gonna be okay in general, but it's just really saddening right now.